Welcome back to Musée Mia Burris. Today I'm going to read a selection from my book, As If Through a Window. It is called Buffalo, Alberta. Buffalo, Alberta. The wind and the railroad pinned you down to a point on a line on a plain. On a plain where space stretched out time, there was no hurry. Buffalo, Alberta had a population of 3 in 1991. The postmistress, the teacher, and the postmistress's husband. There was a school, a grain elevator, a tiny church, a post office. Everything else was boarded up or torn down. Soon enough, these buildings would be gone, even the Prairie Sentinel, the grain elevator. The average population density of the area is now 1 person for every 5 square miles. 5 square miles of Manhattan averages 364,000 inhabitants. How can I convey on such a small page the sweep of a place that yet supports so few? The ranch my father established in 1969, Majestic Ranches Limited, covered 26,000 acres, anchored at one corner by Buffalo, Alberta. Back then, there was a farmstead in the western part of the ranch known as the Upper Buildings, and a miscellany of structures called the Lower Buildings scattered on the bottomlands of the Red Deer River, liquid gold that flowed along the ranch's eastern boundary. It was a 20-minute drive from upper to lower, long distance to talk on the telephone between the two. 16 miles to spend an evening with the nearest neighbor. As I write, I am traveling by train through northern Ontario, where the human population may be as sparse as the ranch, yet the trackless tangle of trees and lakes do not suggest the emptiness of the semi-desert. I imagine hidden eyes watching the train slide by. At the ranch, electric poles or even a rancher standing in a field can dominate the landscape like sentinels. But the land is not as flat as imagined. Once ocean bottom, it undulates like the sea, rolls gently enough that you can walk over a seemingly insubstantial hummock and lose sight of the few landmarks you have been noting from the corner of your eye. Then where are you? The dun-colored deer blend with the dun-colored grass, only visible once they dart away, impelled in one direction or another by a whiff on the breeze. Crowning it all, the big sky. The summertime sky brilliantly blue and sprouting fair weather clouds as the day warms. The winter sky, a gray blanket. If you are up before dawn and step outside, the Great Dome is a map of bright stars, which over the sea of grass says, "You are here," does not say, "This is the way to go." The 6 dim stars you might see in Manhattan would have nothing to say if you took note of them at all above the noise of the city lights. In summer, the aurora borealis might reach down into the southern Alberta night as sheer white curtains wafting spectrally in an unfelt electromagnetic breeze. But in winter, the bitter nights might blaze with the crackling full-color play of northern lights, a celestial gift for the hardy and persistent who might be out for a silent night walk. Silence. How many settlers in the early 1900s disappeared into the prairie on offer, only later to disappear into the prairie unknown, defeated by the earth and its invisible curtain of woe, the clouds that will not deliver rain. My book is available as either a black and white paperback or a full-color ebook at aospublishing.com/Mia Burris.